Good morning students. In previous class we finished the lesson playing with magnets. Now we are going to start new lesson, third lesson. Rain, where does it come from? Rain, where does it come from? So here we have given the conversation that we are going to read now. Okay, Ramya and Soumya were getting ready to go to school. Ramya and Soumya were getting ready to go to school. Their mother advised them to keep an umbrella with them. Their mother advised them to keep umbrella with them. Ramya asked her mother why the umbrella was needed as it was not raining. Ramya asked that why it is necessary to carry the umbrella. It was not raining. It was not raining. That's why Ramya asked her mother why I have to carry an umbrella. Okay. So next, after looking at the sky, mother told them that it was likely to rain as it was cloudy and windy weather. Their mother said that it was windy and cloudy weather, so that's why she told them to carry an umbrella. They started to school wondering about how their mother was able to predict when it could rain. They started to school wondering about how their mother was able to predict when it could rain. So they thought about that one only. They are thinking about that situation what mother said. They are thinking that situation in their mind and they were started to school. Now here we have given some questions. Why do we get rains? Why do we get rains? Where do the rains come from? Where do the rains come from? How did mother know that it was likely to rain? Do all the clouds formed in the sky cause rain? These are all the questions in their mind. Rain is common phenomenon. Rain is a common phenomenon like air and sunlight in our daily life. Rain is a common phenomenon just like air, sunlight in our daily life. We generally get more rains in rainy season. You know that one. Our general observation is that if the sky is cloudy, then there is a possibility of rain. You know that one. Almost all, if there is cloudy, at that time we expect that it may rain. Next, our general observation is that if the sky is cloudy, then there is a possibility of rain. But clouds do not lead to rains every time. Do you see every time if there is cloud, it may rain? No. Sometimes we witness sudden rain. Sometimes suddenly we experience the rain. Next, why do clouds cause rain? Why do clouds cause rain? What is the relation between rains and clouds? Why don't all clouds cause rain? So these are the questions we have to know. To understand about clouds and rains, we need to first know something about water. For this we have to know first about water. Forms of water. What are the forms of water? How the clouds form and how the clouds cause rain and how we experience the rains. Which type of clouds may rain, other may not, why. These are all we are going to learn. Okay. Now, forms of water. Forms of water. All of us know that water is available in nature in three types. Okay. First of all, first one So you know that one. So if you take ice, if you heat the ice, it converts into water. If you heat the water, it converts into water vapor. It converts into water vapor. If you condense the water vapor or cool the water vapor, that converts into water. If you cool water, if you keep water in a refrigerator, that converts into ice. Okay, so these are the three forms of water. Interlinkage is there between these three forms of water. Ice, if you heat ice, that converts into water. If you heat water, that converts into water vapor. Next, if you cool water vapor, that converts into water. And if you cool the water, if you keep water in refrigerator, that converts into ice. Okay, so solid form of water is what? Ice. What is the solid form of water? Ice. Solid form of water is ice. Next, liquid form of water is water. Liquid form is water. And this is gaseous form. This is gaseous form. Okay, water vapor is gas. Water vapor is gas. Solid form of water is ice. Liquid form of water is water. And gaseous form of water is water vapor. So here we can say that the solid form, we call solid form of water is ice cubes. Okay, so next we convert water into ice. Can we convert into water into ice? Yes, we can convert water into ice. Explain what we should do. So we have to keep water in refrigerator, and we can see the ice in polar regions. We can see ice in polar regions. Liquid form. What happens if ice is kept in the open air? What happens if you keep the ice in open air? That convert into water. After few minutes we can see total water. Liquid form of water is nothing but water only. Liquid form of is water only. What happens if ice kept in the open air? That convert into water. If we heat ice, it will change into water. If we heat ice, it will change into water. Water in liquid form is present in oceans, rivers, seas, in ponds, and as underground water. Water is present in liquid form in seas, in oceans, in rivers, in ponds, in lakes, and as underground water also. Okay, but we can see the solid form of water in polar regions, and we can convert the water into ice we keep in refrigerator. And next, gaseous form. How can we say what happens when water is heated? What happens when water is heated? The gaseous form of water is water vapor, which is present in the air around us. Around us, water vapor is present. Around us, water vapor is present. We know that when ice is heated, it converts into water vapor. First of all, if you heat the ice, that converts into water. And then if you heat more, the water converts into water vapor. That water converts into water vapor. Similarly, when water vapor is cooled, that can get back into water. And if water is cooled, further we will get ice. Further we will get ice. So we can understand that these three forms of water are interchangeable. These three forms of water are interchangeable. They are interchangeable. Next, evaporation and formation of clouds. Evaporation and formation of clouds. What happens to the weather what happens to the water in wet clothes when they are kept in sunlight? When you kept the wet clothes in sunlight, okay, what happens to the water present in the clothes? When we want to dry clothes quickly, we wave them about or keep them under a fan. Okay, we wave them and we keep under the fan. Does the weather in wet clothes dry up only due to sunlight or due to other reason? Only due to the sunlight or other reason also there to get wet, get dry of clothes. Yes, in air also the clothes may dry. Clothes may dry on windy day also the clothes may dry. Clothes dry on windy day also. So we can say that air also absorb the water vapor, water from the clothes. Okay, on bright sunlight day, on windy day, we observe the wet clothes dry. Wet clothes convert into dry clothes. Okay, you must have seen that water on wet roads, roofs, stoves and some other places dries up after some time through there is no sunlight. Sometimes if there is no sunlight also, wet roads also dry up because of air. So where does this water go after dry up? That mixes in the air, convert into water vapor and mixes in the air. If you heat water kept in a bowl or by using stove, you may notice water vapor coming from the bowl. Thus, when water is heated, it gets converted to water vapor and mixes with the air. So you can see like this. So if you heat the water on the stove in a bowl, so that can convert into water vapor and that mixes in the environment, that mixes in the air. Okay, this is what happens to weather in wet clothes also. This is what happens to wet clothes in air. When you dry wet clothes on a wire, so that may dry after some time if there is no sunlight also because of air. So the process of water changing into water vapor is called as evaporation. The process of water changing into water vapor is called as evaporation. The process of water changing into water vapor is called as water vapor. Okay, if water is gently heated, it will become warm. Some vapor is produced. If it is heated more, it starts boiling. If we heat it further, it converts into water vapor. It evaporates and converts into completely water vapor. We know that the amount of heat absorbed by water affects its evaporation. If water is heated more, it will evaporate faster. You might have observed evaporation in many situations in day-to-day life. Discuss them with your family members. Discuss them with your family members. If your mother cleans the house after 1 hour, that may dry. So sometimes if you want to dry it fast, you may switch on the fan. Sometimes you may not. If it is windy day, if it is bright sunlight day, it dries up very soon. So that is also one experience. Okay, and next you can observe that if you wash the bed sheets and all, so if it is a very bright sunlight day, that may dry very soon within half an hour. If it is a windy day, it will take 4 or 5 hours to dry. These are all the experiences in your day-to-day life. Okay. So next, where does this water vapor go after evaporation? This mixes in the air. So the water vapor formed due to evaporation becomes a part of the air and cannot usually be seen. We can't see with our naked eye. The water vapor which enters into the air through the process of evaporation forms clouds. So this water vapor, when it converts into water vapor, the water converts into water vapor that mixes in the air and that forms clouds. What is a cloud? A group of water vapor molecules is called as a cloud. How are clouds formed? So here we have given one example. Condensation. If you understand condensation, you can understand the cloud form and how it rains. It is our common experience that on cold winter mornings when we speak, we observe smoke-like vapor coming out of our mouths. So when we observe in winter early morning in winter season, if you wake up, if you speak with others, you can observe a cloudy water vapor in front of your mouth. So that is called as what? Droplets of water vapor which are coming from your mouth. So why does smoke like water vapor come out of your mouth in winter? Because of in your body it is more temperature is there than the outside environment. So that's why when you speak out at that time, the water present in the body convert into droplets. They are condensed and they come outside. So that's why you can observe the small cloud-like movement in front of your mouth, smoke-like movement in front of your mouth. Do we experience this in summer as well? No, you can't observe in summer. In winter, the air in our atmosphere is very cool as compared to air coming out from our mouth. So the inside environment of our body is somewhat hot than the outside environment. So that's why the air coming outside from our mouth is hotter than the outside environment. So when we compare, so at that time that may convert into droplets of water. Water vapor present in the air come out from our mouth, gets cold suddenly and form as droplets. So these tiny droplets concentrated in a limited area appear like smoke or a small cloud near our mouth. Just like this, you can observe in the picture. So like this, in winter season, the droplets of water which are coming from our mouth form a cloud in front of our mouth. So this is called a small cloud, droplets of water which are formed in front of our mouth. Okay, so we can say like this only the clouds formed. You might have observed that during mornings in winter, some fog is formed. Some fog you can observe around you, and small dew drops appear on grass. You can observe small dew drops of water you can observe on grass and small plants also. From where do these water drops come on the leaves and grass? Because the water which are coming from the grass through stomata, you know, no? That stomata, from that excess water from the plants come outside through stomata, and the outside environment is very cool, no? So that's why the water convert, again here the water may condense and stop on they settle on the grass. Okay, so this is the topic today. Okay, in next class we discuss about condensation. Okay.